Man, Badway, I gotta tell you, man. Do you know how good it feels to be staring at your face through this computer screen, sitting behind this microphone, about to say the words "Welcome back to the Last Row Podcast"?
Yeah, man.
Do you know how good that feels?
I don't know where you've been this whole time. I've been dropping episodes, sending them to you, waiting for edits. I'm not seeing the episodes drop. He's really dropping the ball here, man. It's been 3 years.
Your birthday's coming up. I've been keeping this backlog. I'm going to drop it on our faithful listeners at one point. It's going to be called the Last Row Podcast, the Badway Files, the lost episodes.
You better watch out, man. There's gold on those tapes. Yeah. You release them, you might be looking at a solo act, leave you in the dust.
We'll keep them. But I mean, I just want to take a minute, and if this is somehow coming to your podcast app or your podcatcher, whatever it's called these days, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podcast, Pocket Cast, whatever it is, whatever you're listening to us on, if you're still somehow subscribed to this show, first, thank you. I want to just call out and say thank you to a couple specific people. UK Lee, you sent us an email. Thank you so much. Chris, JJ, our friend Julio, all the people that have emailed us, have texted us, have said, hey guys, when's the next episode coming out? People that are asking if we're okay. Thank you so much. Part of why we're here right now is because people have been asking for more episodes, and I know it's been 3 years and it's kind of feels weird, but as we used to kind of joke and say, sometimes life gets in the way. But why don't you tell people what this is about?
We figured we'd just give a quick hitter episode, about 10 minutes or so, explaining who we are, what we do, maybe do some recommendations of past episodes to prepare people for the new episodes. And just a quick reminder to let everybody know that we're back. And if you've never listened to us before, welcome, that kind of thing.
I think one of the hardest things that you or I or anyone that listens to this show is really describe what we're about, because there's a lot of, quote, bad movie podcasts out there. There's a lot of movie review podcasts. I'm using air quotes. You can see me.
Oh, they can see them in the audio, Drew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those types of podcasts out there. And just to give new listeners and kind of introduce us to the old listeners, as you said, we never started the show to be a review show per se. We never started the show to really, I guess maybe we thought we would be a bad movie podcast in the beginning, but we just kind of evolved to just, I don't know, like it's like guilty pleasures and stuff. I don't know. The hardest thing to do is describe what we do. But I thought maybe if we could maybe talk about some of our episodes, if you're new to this, what would you recommend to people if you wanted to describe, hey, go check out these episodes while you're waiting for the new one to drop? What would you recommend to people that would describe what we do?
So, we kind of boil it down to, we do 4 major genres, give or take. We do a classic 90s action movies. Sometimes we dip into the 80s, stuff like Speed, Roadhouse, or Bloodsport. We have episodes on those already, if you want to go back in our back catalog. We do a lot of sports movies, particularly kids sports movies like Rookie of the Year, the Mighty Ducks trilogy, Little Giants. We love getting into the holiday movies, sometimes even when it's not holiday season, like Home Alone 2 or Jingle All the Way, Jack Frost, Love Actually. And most of our movies, I would say, is 90s nostalgia. Yeah. We're both in our 30s, so we're not going to put a number on it, so to speak, but we're mid to late, upper mid, kind of lower 30s. So there's a lot of 90s kids movies as well, like Blank Check, Heavyweights, Ninja Turtles, and a lot of the teen stuff like She's All That. So we love those genres as well. So those are kind of like the 4 areas that we work on mostly. But, anything's fair game, and we'll take recommendations as well.
If you ask me my favorite of our shows that we've done, and we talk about it because sometimes we just kind of reminisce about the good times, right, as we were getting ready to do this. I think some of my favorite ones that we've done are some of the ones you named. Like, I really had a fun time doing Speed, just because I love that movie, and 2, I think it came out pretty good. We had a good time. The people might not know this, and I'm going to drop some knowledge on people. But when we first did this show, we actually started with Gone in 60 Seconds, and we didn't like how it came out. And we kind of pivoted and changed the way that we did our show, and that's what kind of jumped off and gave us the Mighty Ducks trilogy. And that really helped us get started, I think.
Yeah, and we realized that we didn't want to focus on, plot or anything like that, or do reviews, or this scene was great and this scene sucked, and isn't it ridiculous that this happened? We don't like to do any of that stuff. We kind of just like to explore the world of the movie and just kind of, take tangents on characters and situations, and just, kind of take the movie world and kind of expand it into quote unquote real life. Like, what would happen if this, what would happen if that kind of thing, and just get ridiculous with it for the most part. So
yeah, I think if you ask us, is anything going to change? So let's say you listened to the show before and you're saying, hey, great, they're back. Like, what the hell are they doing now? No, nothing's going to change. I think I think the way that we used to do the show is going to be the same. Unless you guys have suggestions, then definitely write in thelastrowpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. But yeah, let us know what you want to hear. But I think you can count on us comparing washed up quarterbacks from NFL or whatever movies.
Yeah.
You can, count on the fact that we're going to do villain rankings again. Like
we will rate your villains. And if you're a bad villain, if you're not an effective villain, or if you're an underrated villain, or if you're a villain that actually was the good guy in secret, we're going to let you know.
That's what you can kind of count on coming. And I think, for me, I had a fun time doing that. I think we got some good feedback from people that they enjoyed listening to it. So if you'd like to hear something else, definitely write in, let us know. And, we're here for the listeners. And again, like I said in the beginning, we appreciate everyone that's written in so far and left us reviews on iTunes and everywhere. So nothing's really going to change. I think the thing that you can count on, though, is we're going to make a commitment to have a regular schedule. And we're going to
hold you to that.
We're going to actually have, I'll tell you this before we kind of sign off, but there's going to be 2 episodes per month, and they're going to be every other Thursday. And the first episode that we have coming out, tell the people what it is. We'll give them a gift here for the new year.
It's going to be Batman Forever. I know we have an extensive backlog of episodes, but we've never done Batman Forever because we always felt like it's been done to death in the podcast world. And I think it's been long enough since, some of the more popular movie podcasts came out with it. So I think it's time for us to put our own spin on it. And we're not going to make fun of it, and we're not going to Joel Schumacher it. And we might not even mention Joel Schumacher's name. That's not what it's about.
Speak for yourself, man.
I'm not going to say the guy's name. But you can say his name.
But I'm looking forward to doing that one because I know we had gotten requests in the past about, hey guys, would you do Batman Forever? And I think we kind of shied away from it, as you said. So this will be a chance for us to fulfill the wish of all the listeners if they're somehow out there listening and ready to hear that one. But as we said, there'll be a new episode every other Thursday. And this particular episode, I'll put it in the show notes, is going to hit you up on January 14th. So there'll be another episode, not the next Thursday after that, but the following Thursday. So every 2 weeks.
So starting on the 14th, you're going to get every other Thursday starting on the 14th with Batman Forever. And we are going to stick to that, or else I will most certainly break up with Drew and find my own editor and do my solo podcasts where the gold is sure to be recorded on those tapes.
But definitely, if you guys have suggestions for the show, if you have things that you want to see in terms of movies, write them in. We've got a huge backlog that we have actually, we went through the list when we were getting ready for this show, and we got really excited. So what I can tell you is Badway and I are super excited to be back here. And I think, we're really happy to kind of see that list and know what movies are on the horizon. And we'll try to, we will announce them in the episode so you know what's coming. But if you have a particular movie that you want us to do, think within the genres that we do so we can do it justice. But definitely write in, let us know. And if you forgot, you probably found this. Our website is thelastrowpodcast.com. We still have a Twitter at The Last Row Pod.
A what?
We're not censored. We're not blocked on Twitter, at least by us.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Instagram too, at The Last Row Pod on there too, facebook.com/The Last Row Pod. We're also on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're anywhere you can get. Just visit our website. You can find us there. If you're listening to this, you probably already found us, but
But yeah, in the meantime, definitely check out our backlog. I guarantee you pick one movie on that list. I think, how many episodes did we do, Drew? Did we 70
Somehow
episodes?
Somehow we made it to 70.
Yeah, just pick one. I guarantee you're going to love it. And if you don't love it, you're probably going to like it. So.
I would say that I would give you your money back, but it's free. It's actually negative money for us. So we make no money off of it.
We'll give you your hard drive space back on your phone.
You can delete it.
You can delete it.
Thank you to everybody that left a 5-star review out on Apple Podcasts. If there's any other place that you can leave a review, appreciate it for everyone that did. But we really appreciate everyone that stuck through it these years and still has us subscribed. And if you're a new listener, again, thanks for jumping aboard. But we'll see you guys on January 14th with Batman Forever. I'm excited, man.
I'm excited, man. Let's do it. And we'll see you.